Good morning. It is around 10 o'clock, or no, it's almost 11. I am heading to San Diego. I'm going to Jen's house for a few days. We have some work to do, and her husband's out of town, so when the cat's away, the mice will play. Just joking. No, we have a lot of work to get done. Yeah, so... I've owned two homes. Why, I owned one home with my ex-husband, and then we became partners with my parents in a couple other homes when we moved back from Oceanside back to San Clemente. So I've been a homeowner, and I've also been a renter. And I've always gotten along with my neighbors, always gotten along with, the fellow tenants in the buildings that I've lived in. I've never really had an issue. The only other time I had an issue was when I lived in the ghetto of San Clemente, in the Talega apartments. And when my upstairs neighbor moved, this new guy moved in, and he was an ass. Like, he was a bigger guy, and whenever he'd be mad at me, like, I had quit smoking by the time he moved in, and a lot of the people in the ghetto would smoke outside of their apartments in, like, the breezeways, and he'd always blame it on me, and he would start, walking really heavy, and he walked heavy as it was, and I never complained because it wasn't, it was loud, but it wasn't like super loud. And, I ended up going to the office and complaining about it because the one time I left a note, he freaked out about it. And that was the only time I've ever had an issue with a neighbor. I already showed you a video of me showing you the scratch on my car that happened coincidentally a day or two after she accused us of doing something we did not do and lying about how we did a hit and run, whatever. Anyways, I've never had an issue with the other ladies that are her roommates, the girls that have been there for a really long time until now. So yesterday, honestly, when you live in an apartment complex, you be considerate of your other neighbors, and if you have issues that arise, you try to rectify it, amongst each other before going to the landlord or going to the cops. And the crazy lady wouldn't even talk to Katie about it. She wanted to yell and bitch and complain to me instead of talking to her, because even when she saw her, after she said, no, never mind, I'll just call the cops. Even when she saw her downstairs, like a half hour later, she wouldn't talk to her. She just had this big dumb grin on her face, like, I called the cops, whatever. So now, yesterday, mind you, the girls, ever since this happened, her other roommates, the two ladies, never come out when I'm out there. They never come out to talk to me. They only talk to Katie's daughter, who is 15 years old, or Katie now. So I don't know if they know that I just won't put up with their bullshit, and they think that Katie and the daughter will, which they will, but they'll tell me and I will. It's my apartment. I'm on the lease. And I don't mind putting Katie on the lease, and I will. If Ellen wants me to do that, I will. Or my landlord wants me to, I will. But the issue now that I have is that yesterday, we all have dogs. Everybody has dogs except for the 20-year-old fireman below me. A bunch of guys that live there, and their girlfriends sit there all the time, and they party a lot, and I don't have an issue with that. Like, I get that. I was in my 20s one time, and I remember how fun it was to be in my 20s, going out at night, and, getting it on, and all that stuff, right? I get it. So I'm not a complainer. The ladies smoke all the time. They smoke early in the morning, late at night, in the middle of the day, and they stink up the whole common area. And the neighbors that moved out, that lived behind us in the 2-bedroom right above those ladies, they could never have their windows open because the ladies downstairs would smoke out the whole area. I've never called and complained about it. I've never even complained to them about it because I get it. It's an apartment building, right? Things happen. It's not going to be perfect. We don't own the land. We're not paying the mortgage. We are renting. We are renting from the landlord. You know, if it really bothered me, I would contact the landlord, or I would ask them, but I just know how it is. Anyway, so Saturday, today's Monday, Saturday, my roommate takes my dog out to go potty, and sometimes my dog likes to potty down on the AstroTurf where the palm tree is. And especially after 4th of July, you know, it really spooked her out. She's already a dog that has anxiety, and she has medication for it. But anyways, so my roommate goes downstairs, and my dog wanted to pee on the AstroTurf, and the lady's little rat dog, like, heard my dog and went over to the fence and stuck her nose out from the fence. She saw, you know how little dogs do their yelping? They act like their shit don't stink. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? Animals, pets act like they're like their owners. So Katie's like, okay, come on, Molly, we're gonna go somewhere else. You know, that dog already, you know, bothered your attention, or your attention span is gone. So Katie walks Molly for a good 10-15 minutes, and when she comes back, the roommate, not the crazy one, the other one, is standing outside of her gate waiting for Katie to get back. And she starts in on Katie with this shitty attitude, and she's standing there with her arms crossed, and she's like, you know, it's not appropriate for you to have your dog peeing right here on the palm tree. That's not what the palm tree is there for. You should have her go somewhere else. And I've been here for 10 years, and you really need to keep your dog on a leash. What the F? We never have Molly off of a leash when we take her out of the apartment. She's a very skittish dog. We know this. She's a rescue. We know this. I rescued her in December. She has rescue dog issues. And we know this. She's never off of a leash. Only at the beach when there's no one around. We never have her off the leash. What the F? You don't need to tell us how to walk a dog, number one. Number two, it's a common area. If our landlord didn't want rodents or feral cats or coyotes or birds peeing and shitting on that tree and on the AstroTurf, it wouldn't be there. And or there would be a fence around it. So who the hell are you to tell us where our dog can pee and can't pee? And by the way, I don't give a flying shit how long you've been here. I'm sorry you've been in an apartment for 10 freaking years and you don't own your own home yet. But you don't have seniority. The seniority complex that these renters sometimes have is so freaking annoying and so out of the box. Like, you rent an apartment in an apartment complex that has a common area for 8 apartments. You don't get to choose and pick who gets to do what in the common areas. That is not your right. You can request, but you don't come out with this shitty attitude when we've done nothing to you. We're not bothering you. Your dog bothers everybody who walks in the common yard because she's a yappy little rat that wants to attack everything. So, zip it. Zip it. You don't own the place. Like, seriously, I'm so sick of this mentality. Like, so what I've told Katie to do, and what I did is I got an old composition book, but I got this old composition book that I never used, and now I've just put on there our address number, the apartment 2, because that's the apartment they're in, their apartment 2. And I wrote down what happened on that Saturday after I got back from being gone for a month when their crazy, drunk, psycho roommate came to my door. I wrote everything down. I wrote how the cops came. Katie's gonna write what happened with the cops. And I jotted down what happened on Saturday because now I'm going to have to keep track of this. I called the landlord, or I emailed the landlord in writing what happened on that Saturday. I let him know that my roommate got a victim card because my roommate's been a victim of false police report. And we're just going to have to write everything down and log it. And while I'm at Jen's, I'm going to research our renters' rights against harassment, against unruly, power-tripping other tenants who think they run the place. So, and if I have to get legal, I will. I don't want to move. I'm not going to move. I love my apartment. I'm not moving unless I get this house, or unless I buy. I have the right to live in peace without being harassed. The proper thing to do, like we discussed, is to talk to your neighbors in a kind manner, in a respectful manner, not threaten anything, not threaten to call the cops and lie. You talk in a respectful tone. And if you can't rectify the situation, then you email the landlord. And if that doesn't work, that's when you get the authorities involved, or you go the legal way and you get an attorney, if that is what needs to happen. But I'm not gonna let some ladies who have lived there for 10 years to take my peace away, or my roommate's peace. I'm protective. I'm very protective of my friends and the people that I love, and I'm not gonna allow these jerk ladies to intimidate her. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to intimidate her and her daughter. So when I get home, after I read my rights, I am going to, or research my rights, I am going to talk to the other ladies, not the crazy one. I'm going to talk to the other ladies and see if I can rectify it with them and get to a common ground very nicely, very calmly, very kind. And if she throws her power trip on me and her seniority trip on me, then I'm going to email my landlord again and let him know that I'm going to speak to an attorney if he can't get them to back off. There's no reason for this. I've done nothing wrong. We've done nothing wrong. I'm just, I'm at the age, I'm 50, I'm almost 51. I don't need this. I'm not gonna... it's funny, I heard the landlord call it Melrose Place one time, and he's right. There is drama. These two women and their crazy drunk roommate, they are full. These women who live together, who are partners, they cause a lot of drama. I don't know. These ladies, I don't know. I've never had the issue of the darker haired lady, or her girlfriend, the blonde one, or the lighter-haired one, but their roommate, the skinny CNA LVN lady, there's a screw loose. Like seriously, there is definitely a screw loose, and I am not going to put up with it. So, yeah, that's my drama. So, put out good vibes for me that we get this house. We really need this house. I want to get the F out of this apartment complex. I am so sick of these people. Okay. Anywho, I will get back to you guys when I get to Jen's. And we see Timmy. right, I told you guys that I was going to show you Timmy the turtle. Where's Timmy? The tortoise, not a turtle.
He's coming. See him?
Oh, here he comes.
Hurry up.
Come on.
He's actually hauling butt. Come on, buddy.
Where does he eat? Right where I'm standing?
Yeah. This is his spot because I want him to be in the shade. Come on.
Hi, Timmy.
He says, where's Dad? I saw the white truck, but he's not here. He follows Isaac all over the place. Hi, bud. You coming to eat? Get some hydration?
Oh, he's so cute.
Isn't he funny?
I want one. When I get my house, I'm going to get one.
Yeah, they're 100 years. It's amazing.
I was like, who is that girl? You know me. You scared the crap out of me the other night.
Good boy.
That's Timmy. He's so rad. Welcome, Molly. There she is. So I am back from Jen's. I got back on Friday of last week. It is now Sunday, and I didn't film a whole lot. I filmed Tim, as you saw, the turtle, the tortoise. We just worked and worked and worked and worked, and we got some things done that we really needed to do. So I've got an ad up for one of my businesses up on social media, which is a good thing. And I have a game plan for my coaching business. So that is another good thing. So yeah, I was there for 4 days, Monday till about Friday morning, and then I came home. And I've just been working. I'm making a landing page for my coaching business. And yeah, just want to get that going. I am working hard in training to finish my 10X coaching training so that I'm set to go in September when I have to fly out to Miami and do my licensing and my certificate process to be an official 10X coach. I am right now, but getting that certificate and that license is a really big thing for me. And then when I go there, I'm probably going to go and see my brother again in Northwest Florida, and then back up to see my uncle, and hopefully fly my kids out to Savannah, Georgia. We'll probably go to Savannah, Georgia first, and then drive down to my brother's, and then take a flight from Pensacola back home. I also want to collaborate with Nuvo Van and see if possibly, when I am ready to pull the trigger on a Nuvo Van, if I can be an ambassador with them. So that is one of my big things that I want to do. So I've got a lot going on. 4th of July really screwed her up with the potty thing and the nervousness and anxiety thing, but she has bounced right back. She's doing really good. She's using her little AstroTurf pad. We have that on the patio for her so she can go little potty and stinky cacas when she has to, and we can't get her out in time. But yeah, everything is going really good. So super excited for that. And right now we're just on a little walkabout. Gonna take her a couple blocks and then get back home and get back to training and maybe relax for the rest of the Sunday and just watch a movie or jump back on my Supernatural and just chillax and make something good to eat. I am on a carnivore, a dirty carnivore diet right now to get me down to where I want to be before my big family reunion in Camp Land, San Diego this August. So I am really trying to just stay on. Okay, so it kicked me off. Anyways, I'm really trying to stick to the dirty carnivore diet and just stick with any food from animals and nuts and berries, and that's it. So yeah, I'm really trying to stick with that. My phone kicked me off because my storage is full, and I'm waiting for my new storage. Forget what it's called. What is it called? Flash drive. I'm waiting for my new flash drive to get in to download everything onto that. So it keeps kicking me off. I have like the biggest storage capacity phone, and I don't know why. But anyways, so I'm gonna get going. See you guys in a little bit if something fun happens. But we're gonna walk down this this walkway that she does not like. But we're gonna walk down it and head our way back home. So I will see you guys in a little bit. My phone! You're being crazy! Crazy girl! You're okay. You're okay. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Crazy. Come on. We're gonna go run. Mouse.